So we're having a microphone showdown right now. We have Blue Yeti X right here that we're talking into right now. And we are battling this microphone against the Blue Snowball, this little guy right here in the middle that's shaped like a snowball, and the HyperX. We have the HyperX Quadcast S RGB. And we have the Blue Yeti X professional multi-pattern USB microphone. Both of these are condenser style USB microphones. And I am recording this right now with a Blue Snowball. So in actuality, you're getting a review of 3 different microphones. The first half of this video right here, this review, is being recorded with the Blue Snowball. So let's open up the Blue Yeti first. What's outside the box, you can see that right there, obviously. By Logitech. Custom 4-capsule design, high-res LED metering, Blue voice software effects, customizable LED lighting, multifunction smart knob. The Yeti X professional multi-pattern USB microphone with Blue voice. I'm guessing Blue voice is the software where you can equalize your voice and do fancy things with the software. So the #1 USB microphones, according to who, I don't know, but it says #1 USB microphones. Discord certified, Blue voice. We read this on the back. For creating and streaming. And we got a bunch of icons there on the front.
Even when it don't feel right, I still wanna party with her. Even when it don't feel right.
We do have this USB-C cable right here. I'm glad that, oh, this is not USB-C. Why are they still using micro USB? Not a fan of that. I can tell you that right now that this thing has a demanding presence, let's say that. It's almost 12 inches, so we probably got about 11 3/4 inches. So that's how tall this microphone is going to sit on your desk, almost 1 foot tall. It's hard to explain, but this is a very nice microphone. Just take a look at this microphone right here. You can't tell me that this thing does not mean business. Look at that thing up front, right? Look at that. That is a really nice piece of audio equipment. It's got some nice weight to it as well. I'd imagine this thing sounds fantastic. So we have a micro USB port at the bottom of this microphone, and that is upside down. So we had it right the first time. That's what we have, okay? Before we start doing the audio on the Yeti X, I'm going to do the unboxing on the HyperX Quadcast. This is a nice looking microphone right here. It's very fancy looking.
Even when it don't feel right.
Customizable lighting designed for streaming, anti-vibration shock mount, tap to mute sensor directly on the top of the microphone, 4 polar patterns just like the Blue Yeti X, and we have the RGB lighting effect. RGB means red, green, and blue for those that don't know. Ingenuity, I guess that is the application that you could use to adjust the RGB lighting effects. So it has an IF Design Award 2019, Discord certified. What else is that certified? Something else there that says it's certified. And it says it works with OBS Studios, PC, Mac, PS5, and PS4. So you could use this microphone with your gaming system, PS5 and PS4 compatible. It has a mount adapter. What's included inside the box is listed right here. That's what we're reading right now. Download software and latest firmware updates at hyperx.com/ingenuity. That's ingenuity with an N-G-E-N-U-I-T. And we have TeamSpeak, Discord, Skype, Open Broadcast software, which is OBS Studio, XSplit, not quite sure what that is. USB cable, 2 meter, has a 2 meter USB cable, and provided, not installed, and it has a mount adapter. So if you wanted to mount this on a boom arm, a microphone boom arm, then you could do so with the mount adapter. We have the HyperX Quadcast S USB microphone. Tap to mute sensor, internal pop filter, which is one of the things that I like about this microphone when I was watching the reviews myself. Internal pop filter, which is fantastic because I have issues with popping on my Blue Snowball, the microphone that I'm talking to you guys into right now. I get some plosives. You know what a plosive is? Plosive is the air that comes out of your mouth when you say words that have a P in it, because P, that's a plosive right there, what you just heard. Gain control adjustment. And that's pretty much the only thing that is listed on the back of this packaging right here. Oh, well, right here it says free technical support, assistance, technical gratuity. Package contents. You got the microphone in the package. We have a USB cable in the packaging, and we have a mount adapter. No, that's not the end of it. We also have a quick start guide. So that's what's included inside this package here. And there's actually a little icon showing us what's included inside the packaging. We have some information about the 4 different polar patterns that are available on this microphone. So the first one pictured would be stereo. Obviously, that will be having a left and a right channel, both of those channels picking up the audio from whatever it is that you're recording. If you're more to the left, then the audio will pick up more on the left side. And if you're more on the right, then the audio will pick up more on the right side. Omnidirectional. Now, omnidirectional is the microphone picking up sound from all directions, be it the front of the microphone, the back of the microphone, the side of the microphone. This setting right here is ideal if you're doing a podcast with a group of other people, or you're in a room having a conversation with a whole bunch of other people, and you don't want to have to turn the microphones on and off, or have everyone with their own microphone. You could just simply set this microphone into the omnidirectional setting and sit it on the table and have everybody just start speaking at once and put together a productive show with everybody speaking all at once. Yeah. Cardioid. Cardioid is the setting that you will have your microphone set to in most situations where the microphone is only recording the sound from the front of the microphone. Like when you're speaking into the microphone, it's only recording the sound from the front. It's ignoring every other sound input from the side, the left, and the back. Cardioid is the one you want if you're doing a podcast, a solo podcast, and it's just you speaking into the microphone. It will help block out other disturbances in the room by having your microphone set to cardioid. Bidirectional would be the front and the back of the microphone. If you're doing a face-to-face interview, you can simply sit the microphone in front of you. You can sit the person that you are interviewing in front of you as well. Put the microphone in between you guys, and the microphone will pick up audio from the front of the microphone and the back of the microphone. This is called bidirectional because bi means two and directional, two directional. Get it? Bidirectional. Anyway, so that's good for face-to-face interviews. And that's what we have on the packaging of the HyperX Quadcast S. Also comes with a 2-year warranty. Right there. So it has a nice little mount. The HyperX Quadcast S comes with this mount. So it looks like we have our standard microphone thread right there. And inside, deep down in there, it looks like we have 3/8 inch thread. Comes with a nice long USB-C cable. This is a nicer cable than what is included with the Yeti X, than what is included with the Blue Yeti X. This is a USB-C cable. Pretty decent. So let's put these two on the table so you can get a size comparison of the two microphones. Right there, base to base, you can see the size difference between the two microphones. Right next to each other. That is the mode selection knob right there. We have omnidirectional, cardioid, bidirectional, and stereo. We have 4 settings for that. Right there on the top, that is our mute button that is mentioned in the packaging. You can see the mute button right there on the top. We have a volume, the gain selector. You can call it volume if you want, but It should be referenced as a gain selection knob. You can choose the level of gain that you want. That works pretty smooth. That's nice and smooth. Somebody said in one of the reviews that this gain knob is really easy to change. I don't find that to be true. Yes, it's easy to change and you do want it to be easy to change, but it's not easy to the point where you feel like you're going to touch it and change your setting. No, it's not that sensitive at all. I like that it has a little slit in the back. See that? It has a little cutout in the back where you can put your USB-C, not USB micro, but USB-C plug into. And then you can just plug it in right there. Now look at that. Didn't really have to do anything. We got our RGB going already. That's pretty nice. Feeling lightsaber-ishy. Alright, and my computer said my device is ready to use. HyperX Quadcast S is set up and ready to go. HyperX Quadcast S is set up and ready to go. My computer just said that twice. I don't know why it said it twice, but it said it twice. We have all three microphones set up in front of us right now. The only microphone that is active right now at this time is this one. That is the Blue Snowball. So we are using the Blue Snowball and it is set to the cardioid mode. Now this microphone only has 3 modes. I believe it is cardioid, omnidirectional, and bidirectional. Those are the only 3 modes that this Snowball has available to it right now. We've already went over the modes that the Blue Yeti X, this microphone right here, has, and the HyperX Quadcast S. Alright, so we are using the Blue Snowball. Now let's switch to the Quadcast HyperX. The HyperX Quadcast S, let's switch to that microphone and see how that microphone sounds. Are we recording? Yeah, we are recording with the microphone from HyperX Quadcast S. Now mind you, I'm recording without any filters, no equalization or anything at this time in the video. We will clean the audio up a little bit later with DaVinci Resolve. Now let's mute the microphone to make sure that we're recording into the correct microphone. Alright, so the mute definitely works. We are definitely speaking into the HyperX Quadcast S microphone. You can see the fancy RGB LEDs lighting up, and how do I sound? Let's check out the plosives. We have the Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Yeah, I got it. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How does my plosive sound? Does my pea pop? Do my peas pop? Are my peas popping? Does the plosives sound explosive? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. My plosives. How do my plosives sound? Do my plosives sound explosive? So let's go back to the Blue Snowball and check out the plosives. Alright, so we are on the Blue Snowball and we are doing a plosives test right now. Plosives. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Plosives. Do my plosives sound explosive? Hopefully my plosives don't sound explosive. Plosives. How do my plosives sound? Are my plosives explosive? Do my plosives sound explosive on this Blue Yeti X microphone? Plosives. Explosive. Plosives. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. HyperX Quadcast S. We are talking into this microphone. We are closing this video out. We have spoken into every single one of these microphones. There are only 3 microphones in this contest right here. This is a microphone contest, and it's a death match to the end. The loser microphone out of these 3 microphones will not be purchased. So one of these 3 microphones will reign victorious. How does it sound? HyperX Quadcast S. So we're now back onto the Yeti X microphone by Blue Yeti X. Now, the only thing that I don't like about the Blue Yeti X is the fact that it is using a micro USB port instead of a USB-C port. This one I don't quite mind because it is using a chunky USB port, which is typically what you would see on a printer, but this is a pretty durable USB port right here, so I don't have to worry about this USB cable right here wearing out, but I do have to worry about that little micro USB port wearing out on the Snowball. I'm not the Snowball, but this microphone right here, the Yeti X. This is the microphone we're using, the Yeti X. So I have to worry about that port wearing out at the bottom because it is a micro USB port. I guess if I don't move it, maybe I tape it in place so that it's not jiggling around and moving. We all have had experience with micro USB ports, and you have to jiggle and move it around sometimes once they wear out. Hopefully we don't go through the same thing with the Yeti X. But one of these microphones I'll be keeping. The other microphone, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll ask for a return or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and close this video out right now. I am using the Yeti X. As you probably predicted, the Yeti X is my favorite of the 3 microphones. Nothing's wrong with the Blue Snowball. Nothing wrong with the HyperX Quadcast S. In fact, the Quadcast S would be my second favorite. The Blue Snowball, it would be my least favorite. I've been using that microphone for the past few years. It served me well. It's still a great microphone. It's good for an entry-level podcaster or somebody that just wants a very good microphone at a reasonable price. Thanks for watching the review. I hope this review was helpful. I hope it helped you make a decision on which microphone to choose. But for me, the Yeti X is the microphone that I'm going to be keeping.